It is May 7th, like 10 p.m. or something, I don't know. And this morning or late last night was the full moon in Scorpio. So Scorpio energy is all about rebirth. It's all about death. It's a lot about sex and intimacy. The full moon in that heightens that energy for sure. We also have 3 planets in retrograde, which are Jupiter, Saturn. We have Jupiter in Virgo, so we have Jupiter in Virgo, highlighting how we need to relearn to trust our bodies, how to relearn how to trust our instincts, because a lot of the times growing up, we're not really told to tune into how we feel, because how you feel doesn't matter, because you have to go to math class. Even if you don't feel like you want to, you have to go. So we're learning how to become more in tune with our body. We have Saturn in Sagittarius, so it's like having faith in the path, because across the bridge it's super foggy and we can't see the end, and it's about having faith in that. It's about rerouting what's enduring this timeless in harmony with nature. It's a great time to ask for answers to the questions that you have regarding anything, and sit in the silence and really listen to that. It's a great time to free up space. It's a great time to listen to the things around you and see how you feel and see what needs to die, because there's going to be a lot of death happening around us. Hopefully not people. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, I did a reading on... I did a lunar spread for this full moon, what we need to know, and I just did it, and I just wanted to share, kind of looked at it a little bit. So for the dark side of the moon, the things that we're afraid of, the stuff we can't see, what's unconscious that gives us anxiety, we have the High Priest. This is masculine energy. This is power. This is the Father. This is structure. This is law. So it's like the thing that we're unconsciously fearful of is this overflow of masculine energy, which makes a lot of sense, because for lots and lots and lots of years we've had this focus on masculine energy being the one that carries the torch for everything. It's the one that controls us, and there's been an overflow of it from both men and women, because we're taught, everybody, no matter what your gender is, we're taught to suppress the feminine energy of the mystery, of allowing, of being okay with not knowing, of that compassion, that nurture, that allure of the dark, to not need to put a law to anything, not need to put people in line or control anything, because the feminine energy has this mysterious freedom that allows, and that has a different type of control. It's that control of emotion. It's that intuition. So we're all kind of starting to get in tune with that now, with nature, with Mother Earth, and because it's just getting stronger and stronger, that pull towards freedom, of compassion, nurture, mystery, and it's like we've had this overflow of masculine energy, and we're kind of like afraid of what it's gonna do, because it's dying, or the parts of it that need to die. We obviously need both masculine and feminine energy, because it's just a beautiful balance when it's perfectly in harmony. It's like that energy of getting shit done, feeling secure, being provided, and then being able to go with the flow with it all. It's such a beautiful harmony of energies when they're balanced. But when they become unbalanced, as we know, stuff doesn't go well. So it's like we're aware of, we're not aware of it actually, but that's what we're afraid of. And I think a great example of intense masculine energy would be a lot about how a lot of governments are run around the world. A lot of laws, a lot of structure, a lot of telling people what to do and what not to do, and living more on what, not paying attention to feeling and stuff. So that's just interesting. So then what we are conscious of is the Hangman in reverse, and this is saying that, like, the answers lie within and we know it, which is so dank, because we've had so much time to sit with ourselves that it's like we're coming out of this period. Oh, we might be ending quarantine soon, honestly. Things might start opening back up. I think a couple things already have. I don't know really, but it's like we don't need to go within anymore to realize that, like, the answers lie within, if that makes sense. People are waking up to the idea that, like, when you change yourself, you change your surroundings. What's gonna start the seeds, planting the seeds of this spiritual transition, awakening, I think, I guess from this time period, is being aware. We have 7 of Wands. It's like being aware that you don't necessarily need to trust everything that you hear. You don't need to be so quick to judge, but be on guard in knowing that there might be people out there that don't have your best interests in mind. Honestly, I feel like that's what this is saying. It's saying that there might be people that aren't giving you the truth. There might be people that don't have your best interests in mind, and to use your intuition, use your feminine knowledge that you're gaining to really use proper discernment in what path to take, what is truly for you. I keep getting be on guard in my head, be on guard, and not in a violent way, but in a way that's like, you know what? I'm going to start to trust myself. I'm going to start to trust what I feel, because we've been taught to trust our leaders. We've been taught to trust our parents. We've been taught to trust the people older than us, our teachers, and that they know what's best. Instead of teaching, we should be teaching people that you know what's best for you. Listen to your heart. Listen to your intuition. What's it saying? I see that we're going to be coming out of this period of stagnation. So maybe quarantine is going to end, guys. I see us coming out of it. This period of stagnation. And I see this feminine, passionate energy rising out of us. It's knowing what we want, when we want it, and it's doing it in a way that, even though we might not see exactly how we're going to get it done, we get it done. Because things are changing in the sense that the economy, abundance, all of that is forming in a much different way that's going to be a lot more healthy and a lot more natural. We're not going to be going back to normal. We're going to be going back to natural. What is more flowing with this new feminine energy awaking within us? And it's about going with that flow. And it's all about the mystery. The feminine is all about the mystery. So dive into it and start getting comfortable with not knowing. For rebirth, what's dying, as well as what's kind of we see at the beginning. Because whenever there's a death, for the death, this energy is always at the end, it's always at the beginning. So it comes full circle, because that's death and rebirth. That's just how things work. We have the Princess of Swords in reverse. We have kind of like this childish, naive innocence and confusion with lacking clarity of thought about what's happening. What the hell is happening? We don't know. I don't know. You don't know. We don't know what's happening, and we don't know really what's gonna happen. But we do know that the answers lie within. We do know that we should be careful about what we hear, what we see, knowing that there is both darkness and light in the world. And we know that we can trust ourselves. You can trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Use discernment. Breathe. Listen to how it feels. Feel how it feels. Scorpio full moon juxtaposed to a sun in Taurus. This is all about security. This is all about family. This is all about, like I said, old things coming back, old demons. Scorpio's big on demons. My roommate's a Scorpio. He's big on seeing what's lurking in the dark. Discover that. Feel it, that intense curiosity. What demons do you need to face? Anyways, maybe this offered clarity. Let me know if you want a private reading. Message me. Shoot, guys, I wanted to draw moon cards for us for the full moon. See what they wanted to tell us. What does my moon deck want to tell the collective? Hello. What do we need to know? That was a user error. Like 1,000 cards just came out. I love this. I celebrate my lineage and I honor my ancestors. That's beautiful. I'm going to see what my little book has to say about that card, because that was a great card. We each come from a unique lineage filled with timeless teachings and the stories of our ancestors. Many of our freedoms and gifts rest on the sacrifice of those who've lived before us. One of the most beautiful ways we can honor them is by fulfilling our life's purpose. Those you choose to honor or feel most connected to may be from the recent or distant past. You may feel an affinity toward your own ancestral blood, to a tribe different from your own, leaders and teachers you look up to, friends, or even animals. Whatever your path, dial into the oneness that has led you here. By living out your full potential, you're helping to heal and honor a long lineage. Our ancestors are our allies, near and far, and we can always turn to them for guidance and understanding. Celebrate where you come from, honor the legacy of those before you, and welcome the legacy you will leave behind. Before you begin, pause and ask your higher self to please guide this process. Ask him or her, what have I inherited from my ancestors that needs healing? What valuable treasures must I preserve? Note any visuals or sensations that arise. Then rewrite this contract on a separate piece of paper. Add or edit as you wish. I, blank, your name, will preserve and polish the rare jewels and unique gifts that have been passed on to me. I forgive and release unresolved conflicts, old wounds, or patterns of struggle that have been passed on to me. I am a loving beacon of light, fulfilling my life's purpose now and for the generations that will follow in my footsteps. I honor and acknowledge my treasures and my freedoms. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ah, that was beautiful. We need letting go is so big right now. What is no longer serving us? What have we been taught? What have we been carried on with lifetimes and lifetimes of things that are no longer of service to us? What is it? It's going to be different for everyone. But I know that you have the power to let it go. This is a lot about family. This is a lot about death, a lot about rebirth. Take what you want and leave the rest, guys. We can do this. I love you.